Welcome back to Sven Plays. Today I am revisiting an old classic from my childhood. This is a cult favorite that a lot of people who have never really played. It's called Gunstar Heroes. The plot of this game basically is that this emperor has taken over the earth with 4 powerful gems. These 3 guys you're seeing on the screen right now are basically out to stop him. Unfortunately, they can't. He gets the gems, and he actually takes control of Green, the guy in the green shirt. Yes, very imaginative character names. But the reason I love this game so much is certainly not for the story. No, it's for the action. The gameplay is some of the best out there. Even today, it holds up phenomenally well. And I'm just gonna dive right in. Now, this was developed by Treasure. These guys made a lot of cult classics on the Genesis, but I honestly still haven't played yet, because, I mean, they made Sin and Punishment, I believe Rygar as well, which were also very popular. I missed out on those, so maybe I can try them someday, or see. But this game has many difficulty settings that change the gameplay in quite fundamental ways beyond just making it harder. But I'm going to stick with normal because I'm a normal kind of guy and I don't want to be repeating too many sections over and over. So we're just going to leave it like that. Now, when you start the game, you get 2 characters. One who can freely shoot, which means you can run and shoot your gun at the same time, and one who has a fixed shot. He can't move while he's shooting, but he can aim in more directions, which gives you a lot more control. I like being able to run, and I like using the homing projectile, which is this green one here. Otherwise, there's also rapid fire, which is kind of like a straight up machine gun style. The lightning one, which is rapid fire, does high damage. And then there is the fire, which is a shorter range but higher damage weapon. Now, what makes this game quite distinct is that you can actually get multiple ammo types and combine them together. So right now I've got 1 homing projectile, which just looks like this. If there's enemies on screen, it just homes in on them. Pretty effective. But it's only because these guys are quite weak because this is the first level. But if you get multiple of it, like I just did, it becomes a doubly effective version of it. So it homes in faster and does more damage. Well, actually, I think it just homes in faster unless you fire off faster. But you can combine different types to get different effects. In addition to your guns, which again, you can freely trigger what kind of ammo you're using at a time by pressing the A button. But in this case, it makes more sense to keep both. You've also got sliding attacks. The shoulder one... I should probably focus on killing these guys. Trying to show stuff off and explain the game while you're having to survive is a bit of a more complicated thing. On normal difficulty, it's not really that bad, but if this were hard, I would have probably just died because I wasn't paying attention. I never got around to beating the game on hard because I didn't actually... As a kid, I never actually owned the copy of the game. I would keep renting it, and I never really got enough time to really practice to get amazing at it. So you can see I've got the fire one now. This is really good if you're a fixed position character, because as you can see, I'm actually controlling where the flame goes. But the danger of it is, because it makes my character move too, it's very easy to put yourself in a bad spot. Or I can combine homing and this high rapid fire one. Oops. But the one I'm going for is double homing for now. So you can see how the weapon combination stuff works. Typically the most overall damaging abilities are the throws and the slides. The sliding one is tricky because you have to basically do a half circle motion followed by the press. You can also throw enemies, so if you get close enough and press fire and pull in a direction, you can send them flying. Which is really fun because you can just juggle them in the air. They don't take damage if you grab them a second time in midair, but it's just funny. You can check them over and over if you're good enough. Anyway, you can see I've also got this sort of midair body slam, which also does a lot of damage. I'm just powering up this mountain. You may notice also while I'm doing attacks, I can't use my gun. And there's lots of bosses in this game. Bravo, man. Tells you his attack types. And now what's cool about this game is, if you go into a higher difficulty like hard, they not only take more punishment to take down, they actually have new attacks and abilities. Like, you can see here he's doing this sort of sweeping leg kick. He might not look like much, but at the time this sort of simulated 3D was completely unlike anything else people had seen on the Genesis at the time. It was very rare you saw that kind of three-dimensional effect in games at that time. So when we did, it was always kind of mind-blowing. Oh, just so you can see, that's what I'm shooting. There's always bodies that come careening down. But yes. Oh, right. Oh, I wasn't paying attention there. Down he goes. Ah, jeez. Sorry, I just kind of zoned out for a second there. Now see, for the next boss fight, what I'm going to do here is combine these two. So you see what it does, how it focuses on one enemy? The catch is, with this power up, it can only focus on one enemy at a time. And, also, it can actually lock onto things that don't take damage. Well, kind of like a false positive, I guess. It's like, that's not a target. But you'll see why this will be useful for the next boss, because while the next boss has multiple false positive targets that don't take damage, well, Pinky Rhoda, Hitman Shot, and Iron Knuckle. Now, see, I'm locking onto the body there, but it can also lock onto his leg if you're not careful, which is not what you want. So you're going to try and get it locked onto his head, and then just focus on dodging his projectiles. The catch is, when I get hit, my shot gets broken. So you can see with every gun and combination, there are distinct trade-offs. Ah, jeez. Because if I lose my target and I lock onto targets I don't want to be hitting, and he's closing the gap on me. Alright, I need to get out of here. Ah, jeez. Thankfully, on normal difficulty, they're not too bad. If this was hard mode, I would have died. Repeatedly. And the soundtrack in this game is so freaking amazing. It's got so many layers of instrumentation and stuff, which, considering they only had about, I'm guessing, about 16 channels of audio to work with, they got such a full, rich sound out of it. But man, it's classic. About as pure nostalgia as it gets for me. This is one of the rare cases of a game where even years down the line, I still come back and play this every now and again. Just because it's so cool. So cool. And see, we're in a minecart level now. It's basically a giant subway tunnel. Even all the enemies have got their little carts, they throw bombs at you if you leave them too long. Yeah, if this was normal, if this was hard difficulty rather, I would be taking way more damage. For this bit, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah, damn it, wrong one. Trying to switch them up on the fly when the stuff is moving around you is not so easy. Oh, jeez. And you can notice, I can actually flip what side of the tracks I'm on. I'm just pressing jump again. So I can sit on the ceiling like these guys. And look, I'm going down now, going down! Now this level in itself has already got a lot of cool factor going for it because you're in a freaking minecart. But the thing that makes this particular level stand out hugely in my memory is the boss battle at the end of it. You'll see why in a little while, but depending on the difficulty that you choose, the difficulty mode, you get a very different experience. I mean very different experience. Look at the train going down. See, on normal difficulty, at this part of the game, the lightning core kind of makes it a little bit easy mode. But it's when you get the odd bosses that have lots of false positives. But I can still do my sliding kick and stuff here. Oh, I missed out my power up. Oh. Because I was too busy trying to show off the move. Ah, jeez. The kicker is on the mine level, you can't do your throws. And you can't do your sliding attack. Ah, jeez. I gotta pay more attention to my surroundings. I've kind of come to appreciate why a lot of Let's Play guys are accused of being garbage at these games when they're playing, because trying to make a point, making sure you talk about something that might not even be related to what you're doing, and playing, especially when the game's difficult, it's actually really hard because you're splitting your focus. This is the other reason I didn't do this in hard mode, because otherwise I literally couldn't talk. I would have to concentrate almost entirely. But just look at this. It has this real sense of speed and movement. And that guy, I forget his name. I just called him Colonel Clink as a kid. No particular reason. And that distinctive laugh of his. But yeah, I can never remember his name. Alright, this boss coming up right here. This is what I love then. Boss is approaching, 7 Force. Now this guy has multiple forms that he switches between. You can see it's saying the names of all of them. 7 Forces, as the name implies. If you're on normal difficulty, you only have to beat 3 of them. If you are on hard, you have to beat 5 of them. If you're on expert, you have to beat all 7. All 7. And that's in addition to taking way more damage as well. So you might recognize this was the guy who was on my team. He's now the enemy. So his first form is this kind of runner who lobs out boomerangs and bombs and has extendo fists. Whoop. Depending on which side of the... Well, if you're on the top, he throws at the boomerangs. If you're on the bottom, he throws at the bombs. He's going to pull out his fist now, I think. Yep. So it follows me and it extends. Alright. Oh, it had to be this one. Even now, I still have trouble with this one. Okay. Ah! I got too low. This would be so much worse if this was on hard difficulty. Oh, great. It's backwards now. Oh, just barely. I was hoping he'd blow up before I had to move. Now, this is one I don't see very often. Oh god, I assumed it would be the same. Is it obvious I haven't faced this particular one a lot? It should be, because I'm not... I keep getting caught off guard. Ah! Okay, I'm doing really badly now. Ah! Ah! Jesus! Wow, I'm doing bad. So bad. Okay, I need to be watching him more closely. Okay. Oh, okay, normal's 5 forms, I think, then. Okay. Oh, that's right, easy mode is the one that had 3. Oh, I've got to be really careful then, because I took a lot of damage from that form. Oh, here he comes. Come on. Just gotta pay attention, is all. So he's like a sea urchin now. Alright, last form. Tiger? Yep, it's the tiger. Just look at how complex this whole boss fight is. Oh, jeez. In fact, it's not really just one boss, it's several bosses in one boss. And that is freaking amazing! It's gonna bounce this way. Done! Yeah, take that, green, you betraying jerk who's actually under mind control. Damn. Ah, jeez. I freaking love this game. So much. So much. Alright, guys. We're gonna continue this next time on Sven Plays. See you then. Ah! Okay, I'm doing really badly now. Ah! Ah! Jesus!